There's an issue in the UFC right now, mainly in the featherweight and lightweight divisions. No one wants to fight each other, and everyone thinks they deserve a title shot. So, let's discuss it. Featherweight. Yair Rodriguez thinks he deserves a title shot. Yair is coming off of one win over a 37-year-old Patricio Pitbull, where it was a dominant but fight. Before that, he lost to submission by against Brian Ortega, and then lost by TKO to Alexander Volkanovski. And before he fought Pitbull, he had a year off. So he definitely doesn't deserve a title shot, coming off of one win and then two losses before that. But here's the thing. He also said, no, I will not fight Diego Lopez because I earned a title shot. I believe, he's like, the UFC, you can get it off of one win now, so I believe I deserve it. And he says he'll refuse to fight Diego Lopez because Diego Lopez made fun of him for coming off of a loss, which is ridiculous because look at the beef that's there. You want the opportunity to fight him. That's going to sell very, very well. And coming off of two losses before, then you're not going to get a rematch. The fight with Volk wasn't, close. So it makes no sense. And Yair is notorious for being entitled and, a bit of a brat. So I really hope that he doesn't get that title shot. And I'd be really excited to see him versus Lopez. Then we have Jean Silva. I like Jean Silva. He has some really exciting fights. He does not deserve a title shot. He has one ranked win, that being against Bryce Mitchell, which is good. But again, you're not in the top 10. Right? Doesn't make any sense. And just asking for a title shot, okay. He made an entire essay saying, I showed that I have the credentials, I showed that I deserve it, I've proved it. But funny enough, he's done none of that. He's actually done the opposite. He hasn't proved that he got credentials because what ranked wins does he have? What do you mean he deserves it? He hasn't beat anyone super noteworthy. Sure, it'd be an interesting matchup and intriguing, but if we're talking about credentials, merit, deserved, no, not even close. The only person that deserves the title shot at featherweight right now is Movsar. Plain and simple, right? Yes, he is relatively boring. Volk wants the fight. Movsar wants the fight. Movsar deserves that fight. He beat Aljamain Sterling, which, again, Aljo was on his track on the way to becoming the bantamweight GOAT. That's a really, really good win. Beat Arnold Allen as well. Dan Ige, which is, aged well. He has some solid wins. And that needs to be recognized. And he beat Diego Lopez. I don't get why Lopez is ranked higher than him. He beat Lopez pretty clearly. Close fight, but clearly beat Lopez. So clearly he should be next to the title, right? But luckily, Volk seems to have the idea that Movsar is next, which means that division will obviously just sort itself out, which is good. Different story though, the lightweight division. We have Arman Sayukin, who, while he's willing to fight other contenders, he fumbled his title shot so badly, they are not going to give him another one. He's very deserving, right? I think he should get the title shot, but I understand that the UFC is not going to give him another one. So he's out of the picture for the title conversations. Right? Islam Makhachev doesn't want to fight Topuria because he's waiting for the winner of Bilal JDM, and if it's Bilal, he just won't fight. Even though they're likely going to need a main event for International Fight Week, and that should be Makhachev versus Topuria, but he doesn't want to fight because he wants to move up to welterweight, which is fair. But the thing is, there are still plenty of contenders at lightweight for Islam to fight, and there are plenty of contenders at welterweight for the winner of Bilal versus JDM to fight. At lightweight, you have Arman Sayukin, you have Ilia Topuria, right? At welterweight, you have, Carlos Prates, who's on the come up, you have Sean Brady, who's ranked number 1, and you have Shavkat, who's ranked number 2, and then you have Joaquin Buckley, right? So both of these divisions are at a logjam of contenders for the title, and for some reason, the lightweight champion wants to move up at the worst time possible, right? Then you have Charles Oliveira saying, nope, I'm not fighting anyone else, I'm only fighting for the title. When you lost to Arman Sayukian, who hasn't lost since then, right? And you beat a 38-year-old Chandler, pretty convincingly. But again, that's not the type of win to get you a title shot anymore. And then before then, lost to Sayukin, beat Dariush, which is good, but then lost to Makachev again. You're not getting a title shot off of that. Then you have Justin Gaethje coming off of one win against a short notice Rafael Fiziev that was coming off a 2-year layoff. He's like, oh, I think the UFC will give me a title shot next. I think they'll consider me, only because Ali Abdelaziz is his manager. Gaethje should absolutely not deserve the title shot, especially not over Topuria, right? If anyone's going to get a title shot based on merit and credit, it's Arman. And if they don't want to do Arman, Topuria is the next best option. Gaethje should fight Paddy Pimblett. Oliveira can fight Topuria. Or if not, they can figure something out. Max is fighting Dustin in July, I believe, for the BMF title, so that will figure itself out. But Islam should not wait for the winner of Bilal JDM. And Ilya, Charles, and Gaethje should just figure their stuff out and fight each other. It's absolutely ridiculous that all of these contenders are like, I deserve a title shot, I'm not going to fight each and every single one of them. Right? But none of them think to, okay, I'm going to fight you. No, they don't think to figure it out. And it's annoying because there is a massive logjam of contenders. There are so many great fights. Imagine Ilya Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. Pure chaos. Charles versus Ilya. Amazing. Right? Paddy versus Oliveira. The grappling in that matchup would be insane. Imagine Lopez versus Yair. Awesome matchup. Jean Silva versus, let's say, Brian Ortega. That would be awesome. None of them want to fight each other. All of them think they deserve more than they actually do. And it's disgraceful. And it's really disappointing because featherweight and lightweight are extremely exciting divisions. And lightweight, for the most part, is never at this kind of standstill, but it is at the moment. And it's really sad to see. So I just hope the UFC pushes the division in the right direction and makes, at the very least, Charles versus Ilya. That would fix things. That would make things better because then, more than likely, Arman will either fight Paddy or Gaethje, and that would figure itself out naturally. But the UFC cannot become boxing, and at a certain point, they just need to push fighters to fight, right? Not everyone deserves a title shot immediately. So just figure it out and fight. I'm pretty excited to see what matchups they do make because, like I said before, the divisions are pretty exciting right now. Hopefully they make the correct ones, though. But we'll wait and see. The fights will be fun nonetheless. Just, for the love of God, don't give Gene Silva or Yair Rodriguez the title shot. Or Gaethje. Don't give any of them the title shot. My soul will hurt if they do. As much as I love to see Gaethje in a title shot, he will get subbed. But yeah. Anyway, guys, you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave your thoughts down below. Happy to have a discussion, and I'll see you later.